That's actually one of my favorite recipes to make. Because it's like whatever is in the fridge. You can just go and find whatever vegetables are in your fridge, and you can just if you use that basic recipe that you just gave everyone, you can switch it up and add all different kinds of vegetables just to that one basic thing, and it's still good. And another thing I really love about what you said is something I've been trying to encourage people to do, and that's get back in the kitchen and cook even those one-pan meals. I love
one-pan meals because I hate to clean up.
I know. It makes everything and you can make great meals in one pan.
And it's really good, too, and we keep on saying this when we get onto the food kick, and it's a holiday. We want to talk about food, okay? So join in. If you want to call in, it's 888-909-1050. If you got a recipe, now's the time to bring it out, honey bunny. And the thing is let the children get involved, because it's going to teach them, first, their math, because you got to measure. And like we were taught, a pinch of this and a pinch of that, and you're trying to figure out how big a pinch and stuff is. They have to figure it out. A teaspoon, a half a teaspoon, tablespoon, whatever. So it's good for them to do it. They're there with the mom and the dad or the brothers and the sisters, the aunties, whoever is in that kitchen. It comes to be a family affair. They will learn the proper way to cook. They will get all the vegetables and everything else, and then when they're growing, then it will pass down the generations. And that's what I love about cooking. It's fun.
That is like one of the most important pieces of information, because we see so much of our children getting obese, and they, a lot of times the kids can end up at home alone too after school.
And what do you do?
And they don't know how to cook for themselves because they've never learned. And what you just said to me is one of the most important things for preventing obesity, and that's teaching kids, getting them involved in the food, letting them choose the food and the recipes, getting them involved in that process. Of course, the preparation and cleanup. And a lot of times parents just put them on the cleanup, and then they end up hating the kitchen because all they ever do is clean up and they don't get to do the cooking. What made me feel good is my daughter made that meal, and that's because I forced my kids. Like sometimes kids, they're not always really cooperative. And I've seen so many things in my kids that I force them to do that now. I was sitting there with my daughter last night, and she goes, oh, I guess I can't say it, but it's a song from the chorus line. And it's like
I know which one you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah. And she's like, oh, do you remember that song? And I taught my kids about musicals, and we're sitting there, and she's pulling them up on her phone, and we're singing to a chorus line song. I can do that. And I thought, because we didn't have any TV for 2 years, and I forced them to watch all these videos of my favorite musicals. And
that was good for the children. Yeah.
They love them now. I just couldn't even believe it. She loves cooking. My son made brownies while I took a nap. All on his own. He went in and he made brownies to bring to Thanksgiving dinner, all on his own, because he knew how to make brownies. I can't tell you how rewarding that is, because I know I've given my child a great gift.
And that's the one thing, when you give things like this to your children, it goes on. Right, and how I got started, right, because when I was little, that's the way we were taught. And Saturday was the big cooking day. Because on Sunday after Mass, the whole family came over, blah, blah, blah. You know how us Italians get going. Okay? So that's how it always was. So when I had my children, I taught them the same thing. I was a single mom. I had to get out there and work. I had 2 restaurants going. I can't be there all the time. So on Sunday, that was our day together. They learned how to cook, and then with the leftovers. So when they got home from school, they called. They said, we're home. Do your homework. Then go out and play. They did the homework, went out and played. And then for dinner, all they had to do was heat it up. And now they brought that down to their children. And so that's the way it goes. And the other thing, when people say, well, I don't have time. Didn't you ever hear? You buy a slow cooker. All the husbands out there, buy your wife a slow cooker. It's the best gift you'll ever invent. And in the morning or the night before, everything that you want to put in there, put it in the refrigerator. In the morning before you leave for work and school, you put it in there, turn it on low, make sure the fluid is in there, the lid on it. You come home and you got a meal. And it's all good food.
It's so funny you mention that, because I had actually gotten a gift of a slow cooker quite a ways back, and I drug it out about 3 days ago. I threw a piece of meat in there, a London broil, which normally can be really tough. And I threw water, some gravy mix, some vegetables, and seasonings, and I tell you, after cooking that, it cooked for like 8 hours. The meat was falling apart.
Yeah, is that fantastic?
It was like all that, like in one pan. There's the meal. I think I might have added like a little, flour and water maybe to make it more gravy-like. But that was it. My whole meal, I just threw it in that one pan, and we were good.
And it's easy. And the thing that I love about slow cookers, you have a fantastic meal already made, and there's only one pan to wash.
And you can't burn it.
And you can't. Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can.
If you don't have enough fluid in there, and if it's not on low.
Oh, that's true.
That's
true.
But turn it on low.
I can see that.
And there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Yes, Rob. Hello. Hello. I don't hear anybody. Who's out there?
Hello.
Hey, there you are. How you doing, Richard?
Oh, just fine.
Yes, and
I don't know if you can hear Michael. He's on the other line.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you now. We sound like AT&T. Can you hear me now? Yeah, we got you.
Can you hear me now? Yes.
Yes. And Elaine is with us today, as you know.
Hey,
hello, Elaine.
Hello.
Hey.
So where are you gentlemen located?
Right now we're at Citrus Plaza in Redlands.
Oh, I love that area. I love Redlands. Okay, so tell us what's going on out there.
Well, getting here today, the first thing I noticed is that there's a lot more parking than you would expect. I mean, you may have to search around for a couple seconds, but you'll definitely find somewhere to park your car.
All right. That's good.
And we're sitting right in front of your favorite place, Starbucks.
Oh, I love that place. Matter of fact, on the way in today, of course, I had to go across the street here on 2nd Street and get my coffee, and everybody was excited over there and getting ready for Christmas, and so. Yeah,
what else is new?
I know, I love Starbucks.
Anyway, we did our rounds of the area.
And what'd you
find?
find?
Store, and I'll let Michael start with what we found.
Well, looking at the electronics lovers, I stopped into GameStop a little while ago.
Uh-huh.
They got some pretty good deals in there. I mean, looking around at the different games and everything, you can find yourself pretty much anywhere from $10 to $40 off most stuff in the store.
Did you say $10 to $40 off or 40%? $10
to $40.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a popular gift too.
Yeah.
Do they?
And
yeah, go ahead.
Right next door to the GameStop, there's a Verizon store. Stopped in there to look at some of the deals they might have on phones and tablets and things.
Uh-huh.
They have a Galaxy Tablet 2 with a 7-inch screen, normally $350 plus tax. They have it for $99.
No way.
Yeah. And they have one of the Droid Razr smartphones in a limited edition cranberry red color for $50. It's normally $200.
Uh-huh.
And with the $50, you get all the accessories. You get the case, you get a car charger, you get everything.
Now, what store was that?
The Verizon wireless store.
We got to go shopping.
And you know that we've been looking for phones and the new iPhone 5 and all, and they have all of them in there, all the little toys. But the prices and the deals are really good on some things.
Can I ask a question about the GameStop? Because I was wondering, instead of just buying one game, do they have, something where you could get, you know how you can, rent the games or switch them and, sell them back and stuff like that? If you wanted to get...
But they do the trade-in.
They do trade-ins, because I was just wondering if you could get an account for someone where they can come back and rent. Instead of buying them a game, they could just rent a bunch of games, like a gift card.
No, they aren't rentals.
You're breaking up, Michael.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, yeah. GameStop, they don't do rentals, but you can go in there and you can get a card where you could get another 10% for everything you trade in towards new stuff.
Okay, so that's how it works.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else did you gentlemen find?
Well, we took a little walk, and I went into the men's store. And they have a buy one, get one free on all their suits and everything. And on the shoes, it's buy one, get the second pair 50% off.
Second pair or the second shoe?
Was that Men's Warehouse?
Yes, Men's Warehouse.
Okay.
Oh.
And all the stores that we were in were not really crowded. You can walk around, and, I'm a guy. I don't want to wait in lines. I dread that. And so you can walk around any of the stores here and shop for what you want, and there's no pushy crowds. That was kind of nice.
Yeah. Well,
the people are out, but it's not run for the money type thing.
Yeah, all those Black Friday horror stories about getting trampled trying to get into the store must be myths.
No.
Even sitting out here in front of Starbucks, there's plenty of empty chairs to have a nice coffee and whatever between stops.
Well, see, a lot of them stores opened up last night at 12 o'clock midnight, and then a lot of them were open at 6 a.m. this morning, so a lot of them probably went out first thing straight away.
They're probably home sleeping now. I want to drive by their houses and beat my horn and wake them up.
Yeah. That earlier in the morning, around midnight, that was probably when it was scary down here, but it's calmed down a lot. You could actually stop in peace for a little while down here.
Now, that's nice, and I could never analyze in my brain. Yeah, it's fun to go shopping. We all love to go shopping and see the decorations and all of that, but I could never comprehend why does somebody have to get up at the crack of dawn, stand in line with thousands of people, shove your way into a store to save, a couple of dollars on a gift.
So some people say they save.
You know what? I don't do mornings, and that includes 12:01 a.m. So you wouldn't catch me doing it.
Well, see, what we do, as everybody knows, is we always say shop early, 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 early. And so while these people are going through all of this, you're home and you're enjoying your day.
Yep. And speaking of that, we also went into, I think it's the store you own. At least I was told that, Bevmo.
Oh, you went into my store today. How was that?
I walked in and I told the gal that I knew the president of the store, the owner. And they said, who? I said, Bevmo. And she looked at me kind of funny, but isn't that what Paul calls you Bevmo? I thought that's why you own the store.
Yeah, we have nicknames for everybody. Yeah.
Well, was that 5-cent deal your idea, Bev?
Yes.
It's a great promotion.
Yeah, I love that.
Now they had some deals with discounts and buy a bottle and get the second one. What was that, Michael? For 5 cents or something like that?
There's something like that. Buy the first bottle, get the second one for 5 cents.
Yes.
And so there was some, nice deals there. What I'm seeing in all the other stores, because we went into a few other places, what was the other one next to the
That would be good to get your champagne there.
We went into the Pier 1 Imports.
Yeah, we went into Pier 1 Imports and a few others.
I love that.
Everybody has real good prices. They're not so busy that you can't do your shopping without being bothered. The parking, as Michael said, you can find a spot. You don't have to spend, in 1 minute you'll find a spot.
I'd like to say something about the Men's Warehouse.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people have a misconception about that store as like it's just suits. And I was looking at my son last night, and he had on this leather jacket that I bought him there, and it's like a really cool kind of like biker's leather jacket. And he's 6'7". It's hard to dress him, and it fits him nice. But I got that leather jacket at Men's Warehouse on that buy one get one free, and it was like a $150 jacket. But because of that half off, that's like $75 for this nice leather jacket, and it looks great on him.
And that's a good price for leather.
6'7".
Well, did you then go into Sports Chalet and buy him a basketball?
Believe me, he's heard all the jokes, and I'm like, Shaquille O'Neal is making millions and millions and millions. Are you sure you don't like basketball? I tried so hard, but he's a philosopher. He's not an athlete. So.
Oh well, but yeah, that Men's Warehouse, they have some fantastic deals in there.
They got cool clothes besides the suits.
Right. They have everything.
And it's good quality, too.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And, when you're...
Mikey, are these women taking over this conversation? I thought we were calling in to tell them. You see how they